So when you think about different countries and progressive and regressive taxes, what are your ideas about countries that have a significantly lower tax rate for capital gains? In other words, people like Steve Jobs who have amazing ideas, and how that plays into the unfairness of maybe taxing someone too much if they deserve that money, like you said.
The problem with our scheme of taxes is it doesn't apply, I would call it a uniform rule of fairness. Now, uniform rules are always defective. They're never perfect, right? Consider a uniform rule, the speed limit. The speed limit is actually a very unfair rule. Why? Because some people can drive safely at 75 and other people are unsafe at 40, right? So true justice, platonic justice, would require that the cop simply observes the driver and decides if he or she is driving safely. No speed limit. That would be the best. But in a liberal society, we don't trust power to do that because we know that people are corrupt and people have all kinds of incentives, and the cop may go, that guy's driving a Mercedes, I'll show him. So because of all this, we say, all right, we'll all agree to live by the same rule. It's not a perfect rule, 65 speed limit, at least in a normal zone. Now, I would submit that taxes are like that. In other words, that once you start fooling with the tax rate, all kinds of people will come in and make special petitions. Hey, we're the ones who are creating jobs. Give us a 10% rate because after all, we are the entrepreneurs. Another guy goes, well, you know what? I need to pay only 4%. That guy needs to pay 70%. I would submit that the best way to solve this whole problem is proportional taxation. Now, here's the beauty of that. If you have proportional taxation, it means everybody pays at the same rate. What is that rate? It's set democratically. The ordinary guy can go, I'm really upset, the government needs more revenue, we need to double the taxes. Okay, but that means that you, buddy, are going to be paying double. You were paying 15%, you're now going to pay 30%. But you're not allowed to raise taxes on other people without raising them on yourself as well. That's going to remove the incentive of people reaching into somebody else's pocket. So, in other words, even though it's not a perfect system either, it's like the speed limit, it is to me the least imperfect of all the systems. And you can set that rate where you want. I would personally set it around 15% because I think that's if you're making $1 and you pay 15 or 20 cents in taxes, that's pretty much fair. And I don't really care. You can start it at $50,000 or $40,000 so you're not taxing the guy who's living in a homeless shelter. But you set a floor, and above it, you set a proportional tax rate, and you set it. And then people can debate it, and they can lower the rate or increase the rate, and the government needs more money. But the whole point is the whole floor rises together, or the whole floor comes down together, and then people say, we want to get over the divisiveness of our society. Well, this is the way to do it, because any government that robs Peter to pay Paul can always count on Paul's support. And that's one of the problems with our system now. The divisiveness is created by the fact that people feel that other people are using their votes to take away your stuff. And I don't see, without any defense of it or any explanation of why that's right.